You just bought your brand new MacBook Air, and now you're probably wondering if you need to spend a fortune to build a proper desk setup around it. The good news is, you really don't. Because this setup is proof that you can build something clean, minimal, aesthetic, and super functional without going crazy on the budget. And the funny thing is, I didn't even really buy this setup. Most of these things were either sitting around with no real use or being badly used somewhere else. So what I wanted to do was very simple. Build a MacBook Air desk setup that feels great to work on every day. Looks clean, stays minimal, and only includes what actually matters. Nothing more, nothing less. And that starts with the desk itself. This is the IKEA MALM desk. It's roughly 59.5 inches wide and just over 25.5 inches deep. And for me, that width is basically perfect. Now, technically, this desk comes with a pull-out panel, but I didn't even install it because for the way I work, it just made no sense. What I wanted was a very simple and very clean desk that looks elegant and feels solid. And that's exactly what this does. It doesn't wobble, it feels sturdy, the design is super simple, and it actually has built-in cable management, which helps keep everything looks much cleaner. And I've been using this desk for about 2 or 3 years, and it's still rock solid. Now, if I could change one thing, I would probably make it maybe 2 to 4 inches deeper, because that little bit of extra depth will give me a bit more breathing. But even with a 27-inch monitor, I still feel comfortable using it. So overall, for the money, I really have nothing to complain about. Then there's the chair. And this is also from IKEA, and I've been using it for about 2 years now, and it still feels great. The lower back support fits really nicely into the bottom part of my back. The fabric has held up really well, and overall it still looks almost new despite a lot of use. The one thing I like less is the wheels. They only really move properly when someone is sitting on a chair. And sometimes that's annoying because when I'm about to sit down, it doesn't glide the way I want it to. So sometimes I have to drag it a little bit or lift it slightly. Apart from that though, it's been excellent. Now I'm waiting for a new chair that should come in the next few days, and it's kind of expensive, but I'm really investing in the ergonomics because I spent 8 to 10 hours on this desk, so I want to feel good for a lot of hours. So stay tuned for the next videos because I will tell you if it's really worth it or not. And I much rather spend money on the things that affect comfort every single day than waste it on random accessories that look cool for 5 minutes. And then we get to the thing that probably makes the biggest difference of all. The monitor. And this is not very expensive. This is the Dell S2722DC, a 27-inch monitor. And for the kind of work I do on this setup, it's more than enough. Because I'm not using this for serious color critical video work. For that I have the BenQ PD2730S, which is way more expensive. And so this monitor is not for that. This is for admin work, emails, writing, planning, research, and all the other stuff where I just want more space and a cleaner experience than using only the MacBook screen. That's really the whole reason it's here. And also it charges the MacBook Air and also lets me connect extra things through the ports it has, and it keeps the setup much simpler too. Now, if I were buying a monitor today in this price range, I would probably look at something like the Dell S2725KC instead, because now you can get 4K and 120Hz around the same general category. But the point is not this exact monitor. The point is that there are a lot of displays in this price range that are more than enough for this kind of work. So you don't need to spend a fortune here. Now, once those 3 essentials are sorted, then we get into the nice to haves. Not must haves, but really nice to haves. And the first 2 are very Apple. The Magic Keyboard and the Apple Trackpad. The keyboard is just super clean, super minimal, and the Touch ID button makes a real difference for logins, payments, and all that everyday friction that gets annoying fast. And the trackpad, honestly, I still use it because I'm so used to all the macOS gestures that it's been hard for me to fully adapt back to a mouse. Plus, it just looks incredible on the desk. Then I've also got this Satechi hub, and I don't use it all the time, but it's always here if I need it. And that's the key, because if I suddenly need an SD card, a USB accessory, or just some extra flexibility, I don't want to go behind the monitor and start messing with cables. It's just much easier having something small and accessible right here. And it also matches the aesthetics of the MacBook Air. I also use a very simple felt desk mat, and it was really cheap. I've used it every day for about 2 years now, and it still looks basically new. If you use a mouse, you might notice a little friction sometimes, but because I mostly use the trackpad, for me it's been absolutely fine. And then there's the screen bar. And this is probably the one category where I didn't go cheap. This is the BenQ ScreenBar Halo 2. And yes, it's not the cheaper one, but I also spend a lot of hours in front of a computer, so for me this was one of those things where I didn't want to compromise. The difference in eye comfort is huge. Like, if you never tried one, please try it, because you'll notice immediately. And what I like most is that it lights up the desk without throwing light onto the screen. And it also gives you really easy control over brightness and color temperature from the controller, which is really good material. You feel it as soon as you touch it. One thing that I really like about this screen bar is that it also adds a backlight. And that makes a bigger difference than people think, especially at night. It's one of those things that once you start using it, it's really hard to go back. And there's one more thing that really makes me love work at this desk at night, because it makes a huge difference to the whole atmosphere. And this is the Govee Tree Floor Lamp. And what I like about it is the combination of the design and how easy it is to control. It looks clean, it fits the space really well, and through the Govee app on the iPhone, I can control pretty much everything. The color temperature, the brightness, and a ton of preset effects. It's super easy to use. Most of the time I keep it around 4000 Kelvin so it matches the screen bar, and the overall vibe at night just looks incredible. Honestly, it completely changes the feeling of the setup. It makes the whole desk feel warmer, more premium, and much nicer to work at once it gets dark. Then finally, this little thing completely changes how clean the desk feels. And this is the Joyroom PODIX 140 watts. And honestly, this is what eliminated the cable mess. It charges everything I need, gives me all the information I want, looks really clean, and most importantly, it has 2 retractable cables built in. That means the desk stays minimal all the time. I don't have cables hanging around everywhere, I don't have to keep plugging and unplugging random chargers, and it still fits the exact aesthetic I wanted for this setup. Clean, minimal, and functional. Even the little robot animations are really cool. And that's basically it. There are a couple of plants, 1 or 2 personal objects, and that's enough. And so this was about making the MacBook Air better to work from, more productive, more comfortable, more functional, and still nice to look at. Because if you're going to spend hours somewhere every day, it should feel good to sit down and use it. Now, there's still a lot of things to do in this room. For example, there's a lot of echo, which I hope it sounds good with this mic. A little behind the scenes here, just to show you the echo. Because it's not even because I'm doing YouTube videos. I think that any space feels better without all of this echo. So I'm not sure if I'm going to put some acoustic panels in the walls, or maybe those wooden ribs. I'm not sure. If you guys have any idea, please let me know in the comments. There's a lot of reverb here because the room is empty. Like, oh, there's clothes here. But that's it. Anyways, back to the video. Some paintings to put in the wall, more furniture, the blackouts are missing. So this room has been empty since we moved in. And I'm really loving working here because there's a lot of natural light. So probably there will be more desk setups videos coming in. Actually, I'll probably be showing you the whole office as soon as it's done. So stay tuned for that. That's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.